But yeah, overall, on this trail specifically, I did not really have any trouble going down anything. I was not really scared too much about any specific part as I go down that. It's not over again. Oh, almost hit that tree. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. My name is the Lollipop and today we are finally going to be taking my 2023 Trek Roscoe 7 out on a trail ride. So if you haven't seen my video unveiling this bike, definitely check that one out. I'll link it in the description below, and that basically covers all the details and specs and my story of how I got it. But in this video, we're definitely going to be focusing on the actual trail ride. So we're going to be taking this bike out on a trail known as Browns Ravine Trail in Folsom, California, where I live. And that is a trail I've ridden on several other mountain bikes on my channel, including my 2020 Trek Marlin 5, even the MagiCycle Electric Cruiser. So it's a trail I'm familiar with, and I would say it's more on the cross-country side. However, it does have a good amount of rocks and other obstacles in the way to make it challenging for sure. And I think it's going to be a great way to test this bike out before I go out and ride it on something too hard and kind of injure myself before getting a feel for this bike. So with that being said, I am riding this bike in the stock form, basically how it comes out of the box from the factory, so you guys can kind of get an idea of how this bike rides if you were to buy one from the store, since I'm not going to change anything out on it yet. I mean, that being said, I did change some small things, like the pedals down here. I got some nylon pedals with the metal pins on it to get some more grip on the trail, just to be safer. And then I also changed out the grips to some thinner ones because I didn't really like the chunkier ones that come stock on this bike. And in terms of my ride setup, I guess you could say, I'm around 145 pounds in weight, so this shock is at like 175 psi. There's just a guide on the shock itself to put it at a certain psi, so I'm just going to put it at that and leave it for now and see how that does. I have around 25 psi in the front tire and 28 in the rear tire. And also, this is a size medium Trek Roscoe. I'm around 5'7" or 5'8" in height. I'll talk about all the components on the trail and what I feel about all of them as I'm riding the trail, and I'll compare it to some other bikes that I have ridden already. So without further ado, let's go out and ride this bike. All right, guys, beautiful day in Folsom to go mountain biking. Here we are at the start of the trail. Starts off with a very steep climb that I usually can't do, but wow, this is actually not bad at all. Considering that I haven't really been mountain biking as much as I used to. I've mainly just been making other videos on new Trek bikes and stuff. So kind of lost a lot of my endurance. But we'll see how well we do here. This is very surprising. What the heck? I'm usually not able to do this. I remember on my Marlin 5, I wasn't really able to make that climb that easily. Man, I'm already out of breath. Wow. My endurance is so bad right now, guys. It's been so long since I've ridden a trail. Yeah, let's try to talk a little bit about this Roscoe. So the only thing I really have to compare it to right now is to my Marlin 5, since that's another bike I've ridden this trail on, and immediately, I mean, it feels better. Okay, we got a bit of a rock garden over here. Let's see how well this bike handles. Line choices are questionable. I mean, the first thing I'm noticing is that the handlebars are just a lot wider than the Marlin ones, and that does make me feel a bit more controlled on this bike, which is good. These brakes are not that high end. They're the same ones I have in my Marlin 7 from 2020, so not very impressive there. I'll try to see if they kind of hold me back. I also did want to kind of see how the suspension fork feels, because 140 millimeters of travel on this one is more than what I'm used to on the Marlin for sure. This bike is fun. Having a good time on this one, and I think these tires definitely help. It's really nice to have some wider tires. Woo! Really bumpy right there. I was getting knocked out of my seat. Drop her down. I'm not even using the dropper that much. I should use that. Still not really used to using those, since I've mainly been riding hardtails with fixed seat posts most of my life. Woo! Nice. Where the drop post is definitely helping maintain stability. I'm really happy I also changed out these pedals because I'm slipping out a little bit. Ooh, okay. Didn't get a good enough gear for this one, but I'm still making it. Usually on the Marlin, if I'm in the wrong gear and I'm going up, I just start skidding out and I have to walk the bike. But this one, the tires have a really great amount of traction on them. 2.6 inches wide, XR4s from Bontrager. Really good tire, tubeless also. This is a climb that I've never been able to complete without stopping. So, oh, I'm almost there. What? That is insane. I mean, look guys, I haven't ridden too many bikes on this trail. I've really only ridden entry-level bikes, but I haven't been able to make it up that climb yet. So that was pretty cool. All right, immediately going down. Woo! Okay, that's steep. Gonna take it slow. Oh man. Still not skidding out or anything like I do on my Marlin. Another thing I'm definitely noticing is how much quieter this bike is, because the cable rattle on those entry-level mountain bikes is insane and kind of stupid. I just realized I had the fork locked out this whole time. Wow. Okay, let's see how this bike actually does with this fork, because I was trying to think about the suspension and didn't really have much to say because I was like, I mean, it's working fine, I guess. That was dumb. I'm sorry, guys. Woo! That is a rocky climb. Man. Wow, that suspension fork is bouncing a lot when it's not locked out. I was wondering, that's probably why I was doing so well in those climbs, because the Marlin doesn't have a lockout. Oh man. Just zooming through that. Wow. One thing I do notice on this bike actually is the lower engagement hub. Yeah, not the biggest deal, but it is noticeable. Like when I try to get my foot and start pedaling right away after, there's a tiny lag, but that's not the biggest deal to me. It matters more when you're riding harder trails. All right, bit of a steep section here, so drop her down, fork unlocked. Let's do this. Oh man. Ooh. Oh, it's bumpy. Oh man. Woo. Falling off the side a little bit. Okay. Got this. Oh man. Oh damn. Cyclocross. I keep thinking, I mean, there's been some points here and there where I feel like I'm gonna fall off, but I don't. The bike, with its grippy tires and everything, squirrel, lets me stay on top of it and kind of make it through these tough sections for sure. Going down this seems so bad. Man, these rocks are big. Whew. That was just kind of in the way. Okay, let me let go of the brake and just see where the road takes me. Oh. Oh man, look at this climb, guys. Come on. This is not a cross-country bike for sure. Definitely more of a trail-oriented downhill bike. But it does make it up these climbs. I don't even have the fork locked out right now, so I'm still making it up. I wish you could see just how steep these are on camera. See how much more I can do here. A better jump. Woo! Oh man! I didn't even try jumping on this bike yet. It really does want to jump. I just did a bit of a hop and it kind of just jumped out of the air. That was unexpected. I mean, I should have expected that based on other reviews of this bike. Yeah, I might try jumping this a little bit more. I'm still not good at that skill, so I don't do it as often. But yeah, let's just like... Oh, this bike is pretty playful. Yeah, jump! Oh. That was fun. Bit of a climb, lock this out. Easier gear. Let's do this. Like the Roscoe cross-country bike. Okay, let's go back down. I don't have the fork. Oh man. Man, the locking and unlocking this fork, man, it's kind of difficult to do on the fly, especially when you don't know what's up ahead. Oh man. Woo! Let's go. 1, 2. Oh man, it's going fast right now. Watch me like replay the footage and it's like 8 miles an hour. Oh. Feels like 20, but I don't really consider myself to have many skills at all. So the fact that I'm doing this well and haven't fallen yet on this bike is there's more power to the bike here. This is essentially the longest descent on this entire trail. So we're gonna try our best to not crash and fall off. Woo! Oh man. Oh man. Woo! Oh. Bounced out my seat here. We're still going down, guys. It's not over yet. Damn, almost flipped on my bars a little bit there. Okay. Oh, man. Oh. All right, but yeah, that's pretty much the end of this trail. I'm just gonna climb back up and go back home the way I came. Probably won't include too much of that footage, but I will now kind of summarize this ride and how I feel on the Roscoe. Feel great on the Roscoe. It's awesome. Overall, this bike seems very capable on cross-country trails for sure, trails like these where there are a lot of bumps but also a lot of climbs, a lot of descents. This bike can do totally fine. I was worried about how this bike would actually climb. It is a bit slacker, but it's more of a trail bike. It's not so slack like an enduro hardtail where, oh my god, you can't really climb up as easily. And it definitely does want to jump. If you do like jumping, it's pretty fun for that kind of stuff. Woo! Oh, almost hit that tree. Holy crap. Rear wheel skidded out. So component spec wise, it's obviously not the highest end bike out here. It's the least expensive way to get this new Roscoe frame. But the drivetrain I think is very solid. I wouldn't even bother upgrading that at all myself personally, because I feel like it's fine. For this trail specifically, nothing too crazy. The brakes work fine. It does have the 180 millimeter rotors, so that definitely helps a lot. What else have we got here? So the handlebar and stem combo is fine. I haven't ridden too many different combinations of those. I am planning on swapping out the handlebar and stem eventually, so I'll touch on that more when I actually swap them out and see how that actually changes the feel of the bike. The drop post is fine. I feel like the 130 millimeters of travel is not bad for this bike. The rims and tires are great too. Tubeless setup is awesome to have, so I'm enjoying that. Overall, I think the spec level on this bike is not too bad. The suspension fork is actually better than I thought it would be. Woo! Let's go. But it wasn't giving me any trouble on this ride. Felt like it helped a good amount. So yeah guys, that's pretty much it for this video. Thank you so much again for watching, liking, subscribing, all that good stuff. I really appreciate each and every one of you, and thank you for being patient with me on my channel. I know I don't really get to go out and ride the bikes I get too often. But yeah, overall on this trail specifically, I think the Roscoe killed it. Did not really have any trouble going down anything. Was not really scared too much about any specific part as I go down that, kind of forgetting that. Ooh. Woo. Oh man, kind of rode the wall a little bit. Thank you all so much for watching. And as always, have a wonderful morning today, and remember to keep biking. Woo! Yeah. One last descent. Oh. Worst line, but also the funnest line.